everybody. Welcome back to the White Time channel. Today, Chelsea Wolfe, his Spun. No wheel. This is my
No
pick
wheel.
off of the wheel. This is the second week of this. We just did Aaliyah last week. Now it's my pick. I think we're doing a retrospective next, probably. But the viewer marathon will continue after. But we have a lot of albums to talk about. We kind of took a longer time this time. But
Whoops.
whatever. We were having fun.
Well, some of that was that were a lot of the albums that we were going to talk about in the retrospective. We already talked about in our top 10
Yes.
videos we reacted to.
Yeah, so it'll balance out.
Yeah.
This is his Spun, Chelsea Wolfe. I have listened to Abyss, and I really like that record. So I've heard his Spun is just that, but even better. So I'm expecting a lot of heavy, like very heavy instrumentals, really like gothic kind of vocals. I kind of described her to you as like a emo Wise Blood.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what I'm hoping for here. But I've heard nothing but good things about this record. Person recommended it up there. I think this was one of like our first 10 requests.
First 10. Yeah.
So here you go. Like a year later. I think it's probably a year at this point.
Whoops. It's okay.
Yeah,
We still have Smiths on there.
that's true.
So
We didn't even do that when the Queen died. We should have made an exception, but
we should have.
we didn't.
We should have.
But yeah, genres today: gothic rock, doom metal, and post metal. So I am so in for this.
Doom. Is that like the game Doom metal?
Sure.
Oh, okay. Sick. Awesome.
Awesome. All right. I don't think I have anything to add. I think we can just jump right in.
Oh, let's get into it.
Awesome. Spun, track 1, bars. No, this is music.
This doesn't sound like Doom.
And it just stops. Spun.
That one was pretty fun, if you will.
Bars.
Yes. I mean, obviously, I'm a little bit out of my wheelhouse here, but
We've never done a
I
metal
did-
album, actually. It's the first time we've done a metal album on the channel.
Yeah, I guess no. My Chemical Romance doesn't count as metal.
No.
That's alt.
It's,
Alt.
yeah, it's emo pop.
Emo,
Yeah.
emo pop. Okay, that's the only thing that's close
Pop
that I can
punk,
think
whatever.
of.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't listen to metal, period.
Mm-hmm.
So this might be the first metal record I might be listening through all the way. That being said, I really like this. I'm not a huge fan of like super distorted guitars and everybody just going super fast and screaming. It's like, no, thank you.
Yeah.
Something like this is a little more my speed,
Mhm.
where it's just kind of edgy and gothic. Yeah, I really like it.
Yeah.
She's very fun. I like
Yeah.
that.
Those who listen to the podcast know I'm kind of in a metal phase right now, so I'm like trying to figure out where I want to be in that lane. And doom metal is definitely like up there as one of my favorites, like with stoner metal and like this more slower form of metal. So this is right up my alley. Yeah, love the distortion. The mix is just like the super heavy, low presence at all times, and her voice just floats over it. Really great like texture in it. I also loved how the drums just like got up in that chorus. just really fantastic breakdown and kind of madness, and then just a come down. But yeah, vocals are fantastic. I love the layering on the outro. I am a sucker for atmosphere, so I know I'm going to get a whole bunch of that on this record, because that's what I look for the most. But yeah, fantastic start. That was great. All right. 16 Psyche? Psyche?
I think it's Psyche.
I think so. "16 Psyche."
That one seemed like a little more accessible, I suppose. Kind of felt more like a traditional, I don't want to say traditional metal song, because I have no idea what I'm talking about. But like when I've heard
The song
metal
structure
before,
seems pretty,
yeah, where like you get the kind of slow parts with the verses, and then it goes all then it big explosion and contain. I feel like that's kind of the give and take that metal songs that I've heard kind of go. That being said, I like this more than I like those metal songs that I've heard. I mean, this isn't metal that's hard on the ears, which is usually my biggest gripe when it comes to metal. Everyone knows that I'm such a coward and a softie, so don't
Folk
hurt
rock.
me. Yeah, I like good old folk stuff. Just give me an acoustic guitar. So this is like the opposite of
Yes.
that. But I am enjoying it, which is surprising. I wasn't dreading it, but I was like, oh no, I'm gonna have to get through this video, but I'm actually having a good time. So
Yeah, metal's such like a wide genre. It's kind of insane to like even categorize, because there is so many genres of it, so it's kind of impossible to start somewhere. But yeah, this sounded very accessible. But again, I love just like the atmosphere it creates. The chorus build is fantastic. I love the layered guitars coming on there. Everything felt really, really, really heavy and important. The songs go by pretty quick too. Like these are longer songs and they're kind of flying by. But yeah, super heavy. I love how sludgy it is too. Like the mix is so clean, but there is so much distortion going on there. It completely fills it. Yeah, the more I listen to metal, the more satisfying it is. Like once you get up that perfect breakdown or that perfect chorus build with instruments, like it's like goosebump territory at that point. So definitely learning to get there, and this is doing a great job helping it, because these have both been really fantastic.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
I agree.
Vex, track 3.
Should we do a 2 for this one or next one?
We'll see if it's gonna do anything.
Okay.
vocal pause. X.
That one was spooky.
A little bit.
I hate growling vocals.
I was
That's
gonna
like
say
my
as soon
that
as
is
that
like
started.
I hate that. That's like one of my least favorite things.
Mhm.
Period, probably. So I didn't quite like the ending, but I mean the first like 3/4 of the song
Mhm.
were fine. I liked it enough, but
Yeah, I
yeah,
mean, I don't know if I can pick favorites, but they've all been pretty great. I love how short this one is, like very condensed, but it gets the point across perfectly. I love the different guitar styles that are happening. You got like that super fast strumming, high pitched kind of guitar soaring over everything. Matches her voice a lot more too. There's like, it's like her voice is up here, bass guitars are down here, like the bass like meat of the song, and then there's just a whole bunch of play in the middle. It's really fun to just pay attention to. Again, like all building up to the chorus, fantastic build up. I actually like the vocals coming across, like the more screamo demonic vocals. There are definitely albums where I'm like, whoa. I think like Death albums where they're, or some of Death's albums where like their screaming is very shrill. It's like a shrill kind of like growling. I don't like that. I do like this though. It matches pretty well. Um, I haven't come around to that style yet, but this one was super fun. Yeah, I like how we're getting a variety, but everything still feels very connected.
yeah.
I was expecting it to be a lot more slow and like kind of sludgy, but I'm kind of liking the more faster pace here too. I feel like Abyss had a lot more ambient sections in this,
Mm,
but I like how straightforward this one is. Yeah, we'll do Strain, and then I'm guessing that's going to go into the calling.
probably.
I'm going to bet on it.
Okay.
Okay, that's heavy. When you're playing Minecraft and you're in the cave, they hit you with one of these randomly and scares you.
No.
Strain and the calling.
I don't really remember Strain because the calling was
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the calling. That was just a great little journey. I love how it was so slow to get
Mm-hmm.
started. It was maybe like even a full minute before like the drums even came in. I loved that ride of just like that slow build. And I feel
Mm-hmm.
like we haven't really gotten anything like that
Not
yet.
to that extent. Like that was like
No.
perfectly orchestrated.
Yes, I thought that the arrangement on that one was fantastic.
Yeah.
I loved it. I don't think there's anything wrong with that song.
No, I would call that song a masterpiece. This is by far my favorite one. Like
Yeah.
it's the constant build, like even getting towards the chorus, you could feel it that it was coming. Like the drums slowly started, you had this weird guitar pitch going on, and all of a sudden, like you know when it was coming, and it lived up to it perfectly.
Oh
I
yeah.
also loved how it ended. It slowly got more into this, like the heaviness got drowned out, and this more shoegazy guitar in the back came up to match the vocal. Like that was, ooh, that's
Yeah.
perfect. That's textbook right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Strain was cool too. It was a cool little like unnerving instrumental moment. Nice little like in between the two tracks. But yeah, I mean, the culling is absolutely perfect in my mind. That was, yeah, that's worth the wait just by that song. So
We got another 6-minute song coming up right
right.
around the corner. Too.
True. All right, Particle Flux, track 6. Someone turn the amp on. Particle Flux.
That one was pretty good. I think. Well, I mean, it's kind of hard to follow up
Yeah, it is.
the calling, but that one was pretty good. It kind of reminded me of something from like that new Batman movie's score, where it's like dripping in that kind of dark and edgy atmosphere without being too flashy. Um, which I think you kind of need to do. I mean, it's good sequencing because you want to have like two like bangers back to back like that.
Yeah, especially when
This
that's
is
like
a,
multi-phased and like whatever the last one was, where it was just like super like that's the centerpiece right there.
yeah, I
Yeah.
feel like this is a good like coming down song.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, okay, we're gonna take it out. I don't know what's gonna happen next. It might go right back up, but it was a good transitionary point, I think.
Yeah, I think this is definitely like the lightest song in terms of like just how the guitars sound and everything, which isn't a bad thing. I like that. I think the drums carried the song for me for sure, especially near that outro, and the drum pattern was just going by itself, and it was like slowly like leading up to something. That was super cool. I also love the weird like distortion that came in on both channels, like slowly. It was very ominous and kind of just like still satisfying to listen to above all.
Yeah.
Yeah, super cool stuff going on here. Like it's definitely got that metal feeling without being like too in your face about it. I'm still loving the atmosphere and like the singer songwriter, not singer songwriter, but just like very meticulously song written like thing that she's doing here. The whole song kind of being about like her anxiety and like stage fright. But yeah, I mean, writing across the thing has been pretty fantastic. I haven't talked about it much because I'm like just floored by instrumentals, but writing is still very good. I feel like you could definitely just follow this as well. I feel like with a lot of metal records, at least ones that I get into where it's like more like screamo vocals and stuff, you don't go for the lyrics usually. So
No.
with this, you kind of get a 1-2 punch.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
All right, Twin Fawn, track 7. Twin Fawn.
That one was different, I guess. I'm not totally into like the I don't even know how to describe it. Just kind of like Shotgun, where it's just like
Yeah, it
nothing.
was literally just
Jump scare.
Mhm.
But it was I mean I liked the feel of the song, and I did enjoy both parts individually. I just would have rather have had that kind of gradual build that we
Yeah.
got in the culling. Um so that's whatever, but I did really like the outro. I thought
Mhm.
that that was really fun. Um I like when the drums go crazy.
Yeah.
Like,
This one's up there with me with the calling, I think. This song sounds absolutely massive. Like this is a huge sound stage. I love like how tender her vocals are and how delicate it is during that part. The guitar work, like the kind of finger plucked kind of guitar, like works perfectly. Super ominous. The refrain, like the actual refrain itself, like right before that massive like wall of sound comes in. I don't know. I don't know what I love about that so much, but it just sounds so good. But yeah, also love the heavy part of the pre-chorus and especially into the chorus. The way that transitions into the chorus was like super satisfying. I love the little elements of shoegaze, like just that reverbed, messed up whammy barred guitar mixed in with all of this. It just sounds so good. And yeah, the
mm,
outro was very unexpected, but I loved that. Less heavy than
yeah,
the rest of the song, but like it definitely kept a good pace going. I was ready for something more fast paced after the last couple.
yeah,
But yeah, fantastic. This is the middle section of this album especially has been great.
yeah. I agree.
All right, Offering, track 8. Offering.
That one was nice. I don't, that one was the lightest song.
Yes.
That that kind of reminded me of like Soccer Mommy's like little dark songs on her newest record,
Yeah.
where it's like those were like weird and out of place, but you hear it like okay, this kind of works as like a little spot of levity, um, in an otherwise very kind of dreadful album.
Yes.
So it's a nice little change of pace, I think. So, I mean, pacing on this album's been really stellar
Oh
so
yeah.
far. So yeah, I like that one. It was short, it was sweet, just a nice little break thing.
Yeah, I like that a lot. The rest of this album feels very like harsh black white. This song is like colorful. Like the mix is colorful. There's a lot of different
Yeah.
things going on here. It reminds me a little bit like Radiohead, like King of Limbs, Hail the Thief kind of stuff, with the way that guitar is kind of like interplaying with the rest of it. It's kind of like a higher tone too compared to the rest of like these tracks. Felt really cool. Like there's like a little like arpeggios and things happening in there. It was really interesting to listen to. But yeah, a nice little like sub 3 minute song. Like no
Mhm.
heaviness, no like huge metal breakdowns or anything. Just like very nice to listen to. Very satisfying in the mix. So
Yeah.
I'm liking that. I'm glad this is there's a wide variety. It's weird because like there is a wide variety, but like the sequencing works very well with it still. So
Mhm. Mhm.
still got that gothic atmosphere on all tracks though. But
Absolutely. Yeah.
very good. All right, Static Hum, track 9. Staticum.
That one was pretty good. That one was a little more grungy than the rest of the record. Because this has been a complete turn. I thought I had this record pinned down by like track 5, and now everything's been derailed. But I do like the little grunge turn. I have been known to be a fan of grunge. Everybody knows me as King Grunge Guy 69 on Twitter.
He's listened to like 2 Nirvana records.
One.
Okay, 1.
But I did really like it.
It is very good.
Yes. So I don't know. I'm not well versed, but I did really, really like that one. That one's up there.
Yeah.
I don't know. Kind of surprised me. Yeah.
Yeah. Subject matter being like, again, just like this whole album seems like stuff that's just like beating her down constantly and having to face up to that. So like the sludginess and the heaviness and all that it has to go through to get there feels very justified. I love the way the verse built into the chorus this time. It felt like a very gradual and natural build to it. Again, love little shoegazy elements in there. You're always going to get me with that. I love when guitars do this super kind of tremolo bar waviness to it. I feel like it fits a lot. The outro to the song especially fantastic. I love the dual vocal happening, and then the drums, that the build up at the very end with the drums and everything. The energy is always like placed directly where it needs to be. It's very, very come and go, but it's not like too stark, besides like Twin Fawn or something. But usually there is like an ongoing atmosphere that gets heavier and lighter. But yeah, I love that this one came kind of back into more sludgy territory. I love stuff like that where it gets a little bit more crunchy. But alrighty. We can probably do the next 2. We'll do Welt and then Two Spirit.
This is the start of Trapdoor.
With Trapdoor had screamo vocals, yeah.
Yeah.
Two Spirit.
And Welt.
And Welt. I forgot about
Lest
Welt.
we forget about Welt. Beloved song Welt. In a shocking twist of fate, I think Two Spirit might be the only song on here that I don't really like. That was the one with the acoustic guitar. What is going on here? I don't know. I don't know. Just kind of bleh, you know? Just kind of, you know, me, I need that constant, refresh it a little bit. So kind of just the same thing for 5 minutes. Not my cup of tea, but yeah, I know I'm shocked. I'm utterly stunned. I heard the first like thing. I'm like, oh boy, an acoustic song, but it's all right.
Welt was cool. I honestly just another instrumental like transitionary point.
Yeah,
but It was very industrial. I kind of liked it. Two Spirit was pretty great. Yeah, I feel like there is a very specific, like, ominous acoustic guitar, not ballad, but kind of like singer songwriter song, but it is very, very like ominous and off putting. Swans does this all the time, where there is this heaviness and these obvious songs that are like unsettling, but if you can do that over an acoustic setting and still get that same atmosphere, that's next level. I feel like the song does it as well. I love the little subtle nuances that change throughout the track. There's always feels like there's something coming, but it never comes. It's a very, very cool feeling. But subject matter wise, I feel like this is a very like important song on the record. Kind of coming to the conclusion that like I'm not gonna hide from all these issues anymore. I'm gonna face them head on and kind of be my own god. So I think doing that over an acoustic song, pretty cool. We'll see what the last track is. I'm expecting something loud and to the point. So
Probably. Yeah.
but I've been surprised on this record before. So
It's also the only explicit song.
real. Scrape, track 12. Cover your ears, children.
Well, if I do that, it's just going to make it
That's just
louder.
going to make it louder. Scrape.
What a nice song. Yeah, that one was I guess that is the only explicit song. That one was I feel like the rest of the album is used, I don't want to say like flowery language, but it's like very kind of poetic.
It's
They're
poetic.
talking around the
Yes.
issues instead of
She puts it in a very
Yeah.
abstract way. Yeah.
this one's like, listen here, you idiot. This is what's going on. Which, you know what? I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to songwriting, I'd rather not dance around it. Got something to say it. So I'm actually a fan of the songwriting in Scrape. And the song was pretty good too.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it was a pretty good closer. Kind of summed up the general kind of vibe of the album in one little 3-minute package, which was pretty dang good. So
Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
the song sounded like a scrape. Like the vocals were mixed super harsh and loud. Loved it.
Yeah.
It was quick and to the point. I love the heaviness again coming back. Yeah, good outro. In terms of the record, like this is really fantastic. I obviously need more listens with it, but on first listen, like there's a huge dynamic range here in the style she's going for, and it all fits like the grand concept of it all together. I liked every single song. I loved a couple. I think The Calling is probably the highlight here. In general, I
Yeah.
think that song's a masterpiece. I think Twin Fallen is right after it. But yeah, I mean, I love the aspects of doom metal she put in. I love how that genre really emphasizes how heavy and distorted of a guitar and a mix you can do. Like how massive can you make one guitar sound? So the riffs that went into that did fantastic. The more ambient stuff was great as well. Vocal work, she had quite a large range. Like I was definitely focusing on instrumentals, but like her voice was like a powerhouse in most of these songs. But yeah, I mean, I am super impressed with this. I think I like this more than Abyss. Abyss was really good, but like there were definitely points where it was more ambient and needed like another heavier punch to come in. This album definitely has songs that punch. So
So it's basically what you said at the beginning, where
Yes.
this is just Abyss but better.
Yes.
Okay, great. Yeah, I mean, I was actually pretty dang impressed with this thing. Also, I mean, I didn't have Abyss or anything really to go off of, so I had no
Mhm.
expectations here, and I was like, oh wow, okay, this is really good. So yeah, give me more metal like this, please. If you're going to suggest metal, do more of
We
this.
should get more metal suggestions. I need metal suggestions, please.
Do it. We need more variety in our wheel because there's not
Because there's
enough
not
of it,
enough
right?
already.
Yeah, our wheel is too streamlined. That's the problem with it.
We only cover like 75% of genres. We need
Yeah,
more.
we need more. Give me some of that experimental jazz.
Ooh, I'd be down.
Yeah. But speaking of wheel, gotta spin it.
Wheel.
Wheel. Okay, so we're back at the wheel. We've added, I forgot what got promoted, but his spun was weighted. So we've weighted another one. Um, doesn't really matter. It's in here somewhere. Ooh. It's never orc. That's what it's really sad about it.
Oh,
Oh, that was almost Kate
that was
Bush.
almost Kate Bush. Wow.
The deer
A
hunter.
deer hunter.
I've actually been interested in this one.
Okay, okay. All right. Next time, after our retrospective, of course, so not next week, but next reaction video is going to be the Deer Hunter Act 1, the Lake South, the River South.
River
North.
North, actually.
Yes. So we'll do that next. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yes. We have no consistency on this channel.
No, not at all.
That's the problem.
That's the gimmick.
That's the gimmick. Yeah, because Aaliyah's 90s R&B, this is metal, and then I think this is indie rock, indie folk.
Let me see. We got indie
I
rock,
think.
progressive rock.
Okay. It kind of gave me like a Pink Floyd-esque kind
Okay.
of thing going.
Okay. Yeah,
So-
that'll be interesting. Well, the channel is serving its purpose in just finding the widest array of things for us to listen to. So
That's right.
that's kind of what I want. I don't want to be pigeonholed into a couple genres. So
Yes. Yes. I like that too.
yes, viewership
So-
may not come with it, but that's not fun if we just do the same thing. So here we are.
You know what? I'll take one comment saying, "Hey, you guys are doing a great job of showing me new music," to like the 10 comments that are like, "Hey, you should stop doing all these different
Yeah.
things." So, salute.
Epic.
Thank you for watching. Happy birthday if it's your birthday. Happy
It's your birthday.
It's your
John
birthday.
from Maryland.
Man, John from Maryland, he's just gonna be freaking out right now.